Tune in to the Denver Foos podcast.
Denver Foos all day, bro. Follow them from LA to Denver. Let's do this, baby.
Shout out to my boys, Denver Foos. Go about Tony Loya.
Shout out to Denver, man. The Mile High City. You know what time it is.
What's up? It's Mariah the Scientist, and I just want to shout out Denver Foos. I'm here with such a baddie. Look at her. Oh, my God.
Hey, what's happening, y'all? Shout out Denver Foos.
I want to give a huge shout out to my buddies there at Denver Foos.
Shout out Denver Foos. I appreciate y'all.
Shout out Denver Foos. We love you, Denver Foos.
Denver Foos. What it do? It's your boy Chingo Bling. Right now, you tuning in to the Denver Foos.
Shout out to Denver Foos, baby. Denver Foos, wherever you find your videos, wherever you get your podcasts, go follow Denver Foos and enjoy.
Hey, let's go, Denver Foos.
Denver Foos, IG, follow us, man. Follow us, subscribe, like us, YouTube.
Shout out to Denver Foos. Good to see you.
The Denver Foos.
Yeah.
Shout out to Denver Foos. You know, represent for the motherfucking city.
Shout out Denver Foos.
What's up? It's your boy Concrete right here with Denver Foos, and all you got to do right now, Perito, is hit that follow. Hit that follow, hit that like, hit that share button, share all the content. Let them know where it's at. Denver Foos, your boy Concrete. We in here, Perito, mile high.
Denver Foos.
Name's Daniel Jumba Garcia. Shout out to Denver Foos, one of the best.
Shout out Denver Foos.
Shout out to Denver Foos.
Shout out Denver Foos, North Side, baby. It's all about the North Side.
Hey, shout out Denver Fools. It's Emmanuel Sanders, legit people over here.
What's cracking, homeboy? Denver Foos. Denver Foos, homeboy. And it's your boy Ken Flores. Shout out to the homies at Denver Foos.
Denver Foo. You guys are the best. Shout out to Denver Foos.
Shout out to Denver Foos.
Denver Foos on IG. Come get in touch with the plug. They always got their finger on the pulse.
Are you a Denver Foo?
Yes, all day, every day, baby.
You want to be on Denver Foos or what, eh?
Denver Foos 303.
Denver Foos, huh?
Follow Denver Foos 303, Instagram, Facebook.
For real, Denver Foos, live and direct. Denver Foos, bro. We from the South Side.
Present. Uniting the city, baby.
Shout out Denver Foos. Say it, Foos, baby. Denver Foos. Let's come with Denver Foos. What's up?
What up, Denver Foos? What's going on?
Yeah.
Denver Foos.
Denver Foos in the building. Let's go.
Shout out Denver Foos. I love the Denver Foos. Y'all keep it up. Y'all keep doing your thing.
Yo, Denver Foos. I'll follow you guys up.
I'm Denver Foos here reporting from Denver, Colorado. From Chicago, but I think I'm a Colorado fan now.
You're a Denver Foo now.
Now I am.
Shout out to the Denver Foos. What's up, Denver Foos?
Denver Foos. Hey, man.
Danny. Deck one, Denver Foos.
Hey, shout out to Denver Foos. I noticed y'all right away. Y'all putting it down, you know, for all the gente.
Shout out to Denver Foos. You locked in, man. Stay tuned to what they got going on. One love.
I here chilling with the Denver Foos. You already know how we do it. Much love.
It's your boy DJ Sarnes Carter. Denver Foos, we in the motherfucking building.
Check. What's up, everybody? What's up? How we doing, chat? How we doing? Welcome to the Denver Foos podcast, y'all. Welcome. We're live right here at the Denver Foos Barbershop, located on 1400 South Federal Boulevard. And we have some special guests here on the Denver Foos podcast today. I want to welcome Scissorhand Design Studio. Welcome to the Denver Foos podcast.
What up?
Hell yeah. Well, how you guys doing today?
Happy and honored to have you here, sharing this podcast with you. It's dope. As a family coming,
Here we go. Oh, sorry.
I put it in my mouth.
Go ahead. You can pull on it. Yeah. Just move it more that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I heard
it.
you.
Wasn't on. Yeah.
Oh,
Turn that thing on.
now we live,
Yeah.
baby. We live. No, just an honor coming out here and being able to be on the Denver Foos podcast. It's a blessing for us to come out. We're all one family in a barbershop here, and coming to this barbershop, showing love and barber community. It's dope.
Definitely. I mean, we get to cover a lot of things here on Denver Foos, and we have the privilege of having a barbershop in the neighborhood where my family's from, and we're connected. I mean, we're family through. These are my little cousins, but I consider you my cousin too, bud.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We all family up in here.
Yeah, and it's a blessing to see what you've built with Scissorhand Studio. For the people that don't know, even though everybody in the barber world out here knows and we know, can you tell them about Scissorhand Studio and introduce yourself.
Okay. Well, I'm TJ Scissorhands, owner of Scissorhand Design Studio. We've started it. This is actually our 10th year now. We've been going strong for 10
Wow.
years in Northland. I have all my kids with me. These are, believe it or not, award-winning, talented, have even, I want to say, surpassed me in my talent. I have Bug the Barber here. We got XJ Clipper Hands in
What
the
up?
house.
What up?
And then we got Baby Scissor Hands, aka Duty, in the house.
Yeah, welcome to the Denver Foos podcast, y'all. You guys are looking fresh. I mean, yeah, the Jays are looking fresh. Your Manny and Petty are looking fresh. But no. So how did you get into barbering? I mean, so when I lived in Denver, like I used to go to like where did we go? We used to go to salons to get our hair cut. And like I didn't really like discover the barbershop.
I don't remember the names of
I
them.
was about like 12 years old, and when I moved to Vegas, and then like everybody in Vegas, they went to a barbershop to get their hair cut, and that was the first time I was introduced. So I didn't really like know too many barbers shops out here, and then I think the barber culture is just totally different out here now than when I was growing up, like in the 90s and early 2000s. What is your take on like how the barber industry, the barber scene, and just the community out here in Denver it's just booming. I mean, there's a lot of barber shops, a lot of talented guys out here doing great things, and also like giving back to the community. As far as you've been a part of a lot of different community events for barbering and give backs and stuff like that. Can you like touch base a little bit about what it was like when you started versus now?
Yeah, absolutely. Excuse me. So definitely you're right. Barbering has evolved in the city tremendously. I mean, it's going to continue to evolve with all the different fads and styles and cuts and so forth. When I started, it was, well, let's rewind a little bit. So I actually was like born in a barbershop. My mom was a barber, a licensed barber actually, she was pregnant with me while she was going to barber school. My grandma, rest in peace, was a cosmetologist, and I have uncles and aunts so I was pretty much brought up in a barbershop. Never thought it was in my cards. Didn't really want to be a barber growing up, but fate kind of found its way. So, yeah, I actually followed my fate, got into this barbering program, and
You're good. Keep going.
And, with God's grace, I was actually, because my kids also, growing up, coming with dad, coming to the barbershop, sweeping, starting off as sweeping, cleaning, and so forth, they got to see how fun the atmosphere is.
Right.
And how, it's just let's put it this way. As a barber, I could honestly say this is not a typical job. It's a profession where, most people, they get up for work or on the weekends and they're like, oh, shit, I got to go to work tomorrow. Coming off a weekend, I've never been like, oh, man, I got to go to the barbershop tomorrow. So it's something you got to have passion for, and it's a rewarding, because like you were saying, we are pillars of the community, and it's a very exciting job, just because now there are so many more avenues rather than just standing behind the chair. I mean, you could be a instructor, which I've also done at Emily Griffith Barber Technical College. You could be an educator, whether it be for Walls, Babliss, or even Johnny B or so forth. You could be an educator, you could be a platform artist, even people being judges at these barber competitions and so forth. So there's so many things you could actually participate in, and not just be behind the chair. So it is a rewarding job, and I'm sure my kids will also elaborate some of their short experience in this barber profession, how much they've already increased their clientele. I mean, man, they're soaring. They're soaring.
That's so awesome, man. I mean, yeah, like the barbershop, even just the barbershop itself in a community is like a hub for so many things and so many experiences. And, sometimes barbers are like almost like a hood therapist in a way, because, a lot of people will come in and talk about just what's going on with their lives, or just maybe trauma dump, and it's like, dang, bro, I didn't want to hear all that. How are you able to, sometimes when you're in the service industry, like barbering, and you're serving people daily, how are you able to balance like the energies that other people will like kind of give you sometimes, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I could sit here and elaborate and talk, but I'm gonna let these kiddos, as they've experienced here in the last couple of years, that they're all professionals, licensed here at Emily Griffith. They all got their license card, and they're in here, doing the best. And I'll let them kind of talk.
Hi, I'm one of TJ's older kids. I've been cutting hair for 5 years now at Scissorhand Design Studio. Oh, sorry.
That's all right. I'm sorry. I just want
to. Yeah, the barbershop is really fun. You definitely deal with lots of personalities every day. Everyone comes in. Some people are like going through a lot. They lose family members. Some are very cheerful. They're gonna get ready to get married and have like their next milestones, have babies. You have little kids that don't know how to act, and they could be some tough ones. So you definitely, my day is very much a roller coaster for sure, but it's very fun, and dealing with all kinds of different personalities it's very awesome, very rewarding, and working with my dad and my siblings, it's very fun atmosphere to work in.
That's awesome. Yeah, like nowadays with social media, we have like windows to see through people's lives of like what's going on, and sometimes it's a highlight reel for some people, but you guys get to really visualize this like face to face with people every single day with your customers coming into, like you said, you got people, you basically, I mean, for as long as you've done it, you've seen people grow up. Like you've probably been cutting people's hairs when they're kids, and then now they're like adults and they're like graduate high school. Like, you see them through all these milestones because, to come get a haircut, it's like a thing. You're like a lot of milestones. You guys are at the forefront of a lot of milestones of people's lives, whether they're getting married, it's their birthday, or like, and it's that's got to be such a joy to experience that, like all the highs and lows of it, Well, what is your favorite thing about it, about barbering and serving people in your community?
We'll keep going down the line.
You could just scoot that up. Yeah, just handle that thing like Elvis.
My favorite thing about barbering probably would be that, I mean, it's really up to us to make or break someone's next 2 weeks,
Yeah.
Like they come in and I do my job. They leave the chair feeling great. I feel great because they feel great. It's all a good day, Barbering, like you said, it's kind of it really is a rewarding job. I think about all the time what I would do if I wasn't barbering, and I just don't take this for granted at all. It's one of the coolest things. I mean, I'm still really new in this. I've been cutting for 3 years, but just all the things that come with it within those 3 years has been crazy. I mean,
so make it clear your dad didn't make you guys become barbers, right?
No, not at all. I mean, like middle school, high school, for me, I focused on sports, and that's kind of what I wanted to do. But I ended up finishing high school during COVID, and
oh man,
that's
a terrible time.
Yeah, exactly. My club shut down. School sports was shut down because we were online. So I went from doing that 24/7 to not even playing at all. So then I kind of didn't really know what to pursue after that. So barbering was like second nature to me, second home. So hopped in, and it's been taking off since.
That's great. And so how long have you been barbering?
For a little over 3 years.
Oh wow.
I'm 22.
That's
22
awesome.
years young. Right after high school, just picked up the clippers, went to school, got licensed, and this is all I do.
And so you guys have won awards at barber awards shows, and what was it, barber battles, or what can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, so growing up, my dad used to do barber battles, and we would go support him, and he would travel and stuff, and we were always there watching him. And now that I'm a barber, sorry, my dad has kind of pushed me like to go and do it and get uncomfortable, but I've gone up I've gone up there, and I've had a really good time, and I've won a couple awards, and it's not only it's very rewarding. You get to go up there, show your art to like the world, meet lots of people. It's a very good way to meet other barbers, and when you win, it's nice. It brings in lots of clientele. I've been able to like my clientele has gone up because of that, but it's just fun to go up there and just show like the world what you could do, win or lose.
And kind of to piggyback off of that, sorry guys, I'm recovering from allergies.
No worries.
But yeah, like she said, my dad just pushes us in there, and it's a sink or swim situation. He bought my first braiding ticket. I'm a braider. I'm a cosmetologist. I don't like all the little mini hairs in my clothes, so I definitely don't do the haircut part. But yeah, he bought my first ticket when I was in high school, and that's when this guy had long hair, and I was so scared because there's a lot of good braiders who worked at the barbershop we have, and I was like, Dad, I can't even nearly braid as good as them. And he's like, Duty, this is just an opportunity. Get your name out there, have fun, like test your limits. So, I've been in more competitions than I have trophies, and some of them are another story for another time. But I'm very grateful to be jumping in them. Unfortunately, there aren't the most braiders who want to compete, so this is me coming on here, shouting out to all the braiders. Come out here and show what you got. But yeah, I feel like barber competitions are really just to come and get in with everybody,
Right.
meet new people, and like she said, you gain a lot more clienteles. Because like you said, with the windows and the social media, you're kind of like showing different views of your career or outside of your life in this platform of Instagram. And they kind of see like, oh shoot, what's going on over there in this competition? Like, what, she did some cool Versace braids, like I'm gonna go check her out. So
You could do Versace braids. What is that?
I don't know if you have enough hair for
I
that.
don't have enough hair. I'm trying to grow it. I'm actually growing it out, and it's been a process because being in a barbershop every day, I'm just like, cut my hair off. No.
Yeah. No, I hear you. No.
You had long hair, you said?
Had.
At one point.
Well, a couple times he also cut it and then grew it back again. We do some pretty crazy braids.
That's what's kind of cool being a barber in the barbershop is I feel like you can't stick to one haircut the whole time, like being in the shop. I feel like us barbers switch up our hair more than, I don't know, I switch up my hair all the time. I get bored.
Yeah.
He changes his hair like he changes his kicks.
Trends change all the time. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's cool, it's fun.
sometimes I see these guys and they do an amazing, like he inspired me, Edwin on the end, because one guy had this long hair and I'm like, that's how I want my hair. So I've been growing it. So like, because you guys transform people literally. Like I see it on the daily where a guy will walk in and they look beat down and then they come out looking shining like a totally different person. Or like I will be in here and then I'll leave and then I'll come back and I'm like, and like I don't recognize them, but then they're talking to me about something I was just talking about. I was like, oh shit. Like, you guys transform people. You guys give people confidence. Like barbers are seriously like, you guys do so much for just every community that you're in, that you guys affect people. You guys make people, like you said, you make people's days for like 2 weeks, or like you're at the pinnacle of so many life events for people, as far as like, I'm about to go get this new job. I need a haircut. And then like they go get it. And then you guys get to hear like the follow up, like I got the job, or like, or I'm about to go on this date with this girl, and like,
Literally.
you better make me look fresh, and then it's like, yeah, look, we're together now, like, and then like, there's so many milestones. So you guys, like, can you elaborate on that? Like, you don't got to put
Yeah.
somebody's business out there,
I
but
mean, just kind of piggyback off of you, like my story. I just had a baby.
oh, congratulations!
Thank you. About 2 years ago, I actually shaved off all of my hair.
Oh yeah,
That's another crazy story for another crazy time, but I like shaved it all off. My brother and my dad did it for me. It's kind of like a thing that says your hair holds history and it holds
Yeah.
energy, and you know, I
Mhm.
just wanted to get rid of it and start fresh. And
right.
you know, that was a big milestone for me because, you know, I had no hair. My hair is like what gives me my personality. I've always had crazy, vibrant, big, beautiful hair. And like, then I was technically bald. I looked like my brother with makeup. So, you know, it was crazy for me. And, you know, as I continued to have my hair grow, it was different to see how, like, somebody's hair can change their personality, can change the pep in their step. It can, like,
Mhm.
you know, whatever the case is. And, you know, now that I had a baby, I still had my virgin hair. I've never seen my hair
Oh
in
wow.
its natural state. So, you know, I went and put a little bedazzle in there. And,
Yeah.
you know, even that just, like, bring me so much happiness. A woman's body goes through so much through pregnancy and birth. And so, you know, now that I have my little piece back, I'm like, you know, feel good again. Got my pep back in my step.
Yeah, that's amazing. Congratulations again.
Thank you. Thank you.
Um, so you guys, the Nuggets now that's what's going on. We were just at this pep rally over at McGregor Square, and I remember seeing you guys just 2 years ago, all over the news, all over TV, all over doing all these Joker stuff, all these crazy dope designs for the Nuggets. Like, can you guys elaborate on that? Like,
That's this guy over
Yeah.
there.
So
how did that all come about? I mean, it's just in the DNA of barbering. Just to, like, did you just one day just do it, or how did it come up?
No, so well, let's just put it this way. And I'm not trying to flex, but
Yes, flex.
I'm a
Yes.
flex. But I have been on, I shit you not, every probably news channel from the beginning
Yes.
of barbering, Channel 2, Fox 31, Channel 7. I've even been on the Discovery Channel, believe it or not. It's on my YouTube. You all want to check it out. But no, it's crazy. I've been on the news, and they've all been for the similar situation of designs. That's what I've been known for. And I thank God for that, because rewind a little bit, how I told you before, I never wanted to become a barber. Growing up,
Right.
I saw the struggle in my mom as a single mom and my grandma, and you know, I didn't. That's not something I grew up saying, "Oh, I'm gonna follow those footsteps." No, but when I had no choice, when some unfortunate events of previous job, losing my driver's license, so forth, I kind of went to barbering, and I want to say is because of my artistic ability is what set me apart and actually helped me with the competitions, all the news channels and so forth, stuff like that. So upon going all these news channels, and it'd been for the Broncos. As a matter of fact, when we first opened up Scissorhands, it kind of went viral. I did a little Bronco haircut, and it was on one of those News 4, how they show all the Bronco clips and so forth.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then newscasters saw that, and they're like, "Hey, let's go." And then News 7 came out, and that kind of like a snowball effect. Then we were on Fox 31, and we were hitting every news channel. It was wild.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so we've been on a couple news channels, but I will say that last one that you mentioned, Nuggets, it was probably the most rewarding as many news channels I've been on, because that was actually one I got experience with the kids. We were actually just talking
Yeah.
about that coming up here. I'm like, remember that we all woke up at 7 in the morning, we're all hyped up, hopped in the car, drove downtown the news station, and you know, it's memories like that. I think to be able to experience with the kids, 'cause now that I see them growing, their futures growing in this industry, and how much their growth has been, and be able to experience stuff like that, it is like, it excites you, makes you want to do more things, you know, in this industry, and it gives excitement, and it's fun, and it makes this profession,
Yeah.
oh
No,
awesome.
that was I mean, I remember watching it and watching you guys and being so proud to see you guys. It was so cool. Like, and just the work you guys do is so amazing.
Thank you.
What could you? It's like, is barbering just like anything else? It's like whatever you put into it, you get back, kind of, or
I believe that. I believe, but I don't do any. Want to speak on this? Go ahead, dude. I know. I see her itching. Oh no.
For sure, what you put in is what you get out of it. I mean, I feel like, I haven't seen too much, but I feel like a lot of people come in thinking that it's easy, easy cash, quick cash, and just come in, do your cuts, leave, and you're cool. But then, like really, you have to fuck, I just had a brain fart.
That's all good. It's all good.
No, that was
yeah, no, like sometimes, I see it all the time in here. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, these guys are amazing. They're here all the time, sun up, sundown, all the time, and I see it from the positive side of it's what you put in and then you get back. Retaining customers, because you will know, running a shop, booth rent, people come and go. Like at the beginning, it wasn't like that. These guys are solid. They're in here all the time, and it's what they put in, they get back, and I see it. I see it in them that they put in so much hard work, and and the customers come back. I've had guys before where they were like not putting in the work, barely showing up, expecting, and when you're first starting out as a barber, like you're just depending on walk-ins. You got to build your clientele.
Exactly.
But it's about being dependable and being there, and like, you guys are dependable. It's a lot of work. When you're a booth rent, it's like your own business. What do you guys think of that? Like a booth rent barbershop versus like commission, and some barbers, I feel like sometimes they expect a lot of things, and it's like what you put in, you are gonna get back.
Right, and they've never experienced the commission or the hourly of barbershop so much. They've been working with Dad, and but I will go into it just because I also teach at the school at Emily Griffith Barber School. So I tell this to my students as well too. Is like, for one thing, so booth rent is pretty much, you're obviously a 1090 employee. Okay, you're a subcontractor. However, though, and this is what I always explain, it's kind of like, when you're in a shop, they still have rules and expectations. Kind of like, I know in my shop, I don't let people kind of just come and go and do whatever they want. There's still, hours of, accountability, and that's preparing yourself for eventually getting your own shop.
Right.
So when I say this, as you talked about, especially these new barbers that come in and retaining clientele and stuff, this is my biggest thing. I tell not just my barber students, but even my new barbers, I tell them this. It's, of course, key is to have excellent haircuts. Take pride in your haircuts. Make sure it's symmetrical and blends are clean and everything. They come in there for the experience. If they wanted a half-ass in and out, they'd go to a franchise. But they come here. So key is a good haircut, but it's much more than a great haircut. Here's the thing. I always say, like you were just saying, you're punctual, you're dependable. It's your basically your work ethic. It goes a lot more in your personality, how inviting you are. Because I've had some people, great barbers, excellent barbers, give probably the best designs, best intricate lineups and so forth, but they'll throw the little AirPod in their ear and they don't really talk to you, and they just. I've had some people say, like, damn, it's like getting cut by a robot. So you wanna engage in your client. And what I mean by that is because we are, there's psychiatrists, there's sports analysts, they come in, they vent to you. You build that relationship with them, and that's how you retain that residual income or residual client coming back to you. Because, when they come to you, if you just give a clean ass fade, well, guess what? So does the shop down the street and the other shop down. There's so much talent in Denver. So what sets you apart from a clean haircut is your bond. Like me personally, and I'll admit I'm not the best barber out there, but however, all my clientele, 80% of it have been with me 5 years plus. And again, it's not because I could cut the hair the best, but it's because the bond and the relationship that I've structured with them, and and got to get to know them and so forth. And they got to know me. I know their families, and it just. So barbering too, it's also your personality, engaging in your client, taking care of being welcoming, being hospitable, being a professional. That's key. That's huge in building your clientele.
Yeah, no, and that could go with everything you do in life. Like, just being prepared, being professional, and just standing on your word, because that being present and dependable. I'll be honest. Before I had the shop, I had a lot of barbers that I would go to, and sometimes they weren't dependable. Like, you'd hit them up, and it's like, where are you at? Like, or can I get a cut? Like, they just weren't dependable. Or you go before you guys had all these booksies and all this fancy online booking stuff, we had to go in and write and wait, and I'd wait like hours sometimes, for barbershop and stuff. And sometimes the guys that I would go for, they wouldn't be there. Or like, remember the guy in LA or whatever? But I always give people grace because whatever they're going through. But, your clients are depending on you. Like I said, we're talking about life, moments in life, like, their wedding, this, that. It's like, but once you find that's why guys don't cheat on their barber, because
yeah, exactly. And
they're more loyal. What do they say? Guys are more loyal to their barber than
their wife.
Yeah. I'm sure you guys hear that all the time, right? Not true. I'm sorry. We're always joking.
Yeah, but no, you're exactly right. And I don't know. What's your take on that? What do you guys feel?
I guess you just can't cheat the grind.
No, yeah, exactly. You hit it right on the nail. You can't, because you're only cheating yourself. It's just like working out too. Like, if you're working out, like, I don't know, I'm on this like little diet journey and stuff. I'm trying to look better on camera.
I do a couple crunches before bed and think I'll do something.
Yeah. Hey, if a little bit, you just start somewhere. Like Money Mayweather said, if you start walking, then eventually you'll start running. So then you just end up.
All right, you're making me feel a little better about it.
Yeah. That's the smartest and only smartest thing. No, I'm just kidding. I love Money Mayweather.
I agree with you.
Yeah. Yeah, that shirt is dope. You got all the mics. Is that R. Lamar? Who's that?
R. Lamar?
Yeah.
Oh, no. R. Lamar. My bad. Hey, brother, you out there? Brother? I thought you were...
No.
Hope he's been watching right now, but yeah, he did come out with some dope shit. But no, this is something I found on actually Instagram.
Oh yeah.
And I'm all three of their fans. These are all the goats to me. So I'm like, I saw that. I'm like, oh, I got to have it.
They are the goats.
He got two of them.
Oh yeah.
Got two of them, as a matter of fact.
That's fire. That is fire. I was wearing a Jordan jersey. When was that? On Wednesday. And then I had to go do like a Nuggets promo. And then I was at the Ball Arena, and they're like, "What are you doing wearing that?" And I'm like, "It's the GOAT. What? It's not."
Damn, I feel all bad for R. Lamar now, man.
I know,
if he's
shout out to
watching,
him.
shout out to R. Lamar. He has his a little station at our shop, so we're one of his plugs. He has all kinds of dope Jordan stuff like that. So
He's
definitely
always
come down to
coming
him.
and showing love.
Yeah,
to him.
he definitely is. He's something else. I tell you, shout out R. Lamar, clothing brand.
We got to chop it up with him at a Nuggets game. We met him just about a month ago.
Oh yeah.
But crazy story. I mean, I'll just share it with everybody. So I was looking for somebody to design our Christmas brown Christmas party flyer. And I asked the world of the internets, and then everybody was like, get this guy. So he got referred by two people to do it. And then I ended up going with this other guy that I had met at our celebrity basketball game. I'm mad at myself now. I don't remember his name. So he was at the Nuggets, and they were together. And I was like, oh, man. But crazy story. I had one of his shirts, and I didn't even know that it was his shirt because I bought it in Vegas like years ago.
Oh, wow.
At this store called Sweet 160. And, it was Jordan with the big head. And I was wearing it, and they're like, my friend was like, that's R. Lamar. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, my friend, he makes those shirts. I'm like, he don't make these shirts. I got this in Vegas. Like, I thought it was just like a local dude.
Funny,
you know what I mean? And then sure enough, then I'm like, I started doing research because when they were like, this guy, he can make the flyer for you. And then I started looking at his page. I'm like, that does look like my shirt. Wait, is this the guy? And then I started doing more research. And sure enough, it was him. I was like, what the heck? Like, I was like a small world, like, and I know, I would have never thought, like, I mean, not to think that we don't have dope clothing designers and artists and people and stuff, but you know what I mean? It just, because I got that shirt in Vegas, it didn't click in my mind that, you know, but he did move here from some, I'm not going to tell all his business.
Kansas.
No, yeah. But,
you come from Kansas.
but it's just so amazing. I mean, maybe you guys could elaborate on this. I mean, what we're doing on our platform covering the Mile High City, we come across and meet so many different interesting people. And, you know, we're all Denverites. We're all from Denver. We're natives. But there's so many great people like Arlamar coming into our city and vibing it up. And we're getting so many new vibes coming into the city. What do you think of the growth of Colorado as far as the Mile High City? Like, we're becoming like getting on the map. What do you think of? Come on, your honest opinion. It's too expensive. But you guys are barbers. You guys are balling. What do you mean? You could charge all these fools from out of town.
No, I think it's awesome. I'm glad that our city's growing, and I'm proud to be able to live in this state. It's very awesome. People here, everyone's very welcoming. I've gone to other states, and
Yes.
people just aren't as friendly, but I have a lot of clients who've come out of state, and they're like, wow, the people here are very nice, and they're very welcoming, and I'm just proud that to like live here, and I think it's a very awesome place to be.
Yeah,
and I'm glad it's growing.
It's growing like so much, like crazy. Not just Denver, like, because we have an auto transport business, so we're everywhere, from Pueblo to Fort Collins, and like there's so much new development and growth. Like everybody and their grandma is moving to Colorado, like not just Denver, like Colorado, like all around. Like we were just in Castle Rock a couple of days ago, and there's parts like we're picking up a car from somebody's house, and there's like houses and townhomes and like places of Castle Rock you'd never think. Like when we were growing up, like there was nothing over there, and now there's just so much growth. I mean, I think 300 Days of Sunshine. I mean, we got all 4 sports teams. There's just a lot of like opportunity for a lot of people, because there's so many people that come here from smaller cities and smaller towns. You know, like I've been to a lot of different cities, like in the downtowns, and like it's like we are popping. Like the city is clean. Like there are the parts where it's run down or whatever, but for the I mean, there's parts of the city and downtown that like when we were kids, we didn't even want to be over there, and now, you know what I mean? So like
5 Points now is the
Yeah.
Rhino District, the North
Yeah.
Sides, the Highlands, all the ghetto spots are coming up, and
I mean-
uppity, like nice areas.
Yeah,
it's
no.
like-
So I mean, it's, even though it's driven people out and like gentrification is a bad thing, but I mean there is like some positives to the growth, and I think there's just a lot more opportunity for us natives that we know the city, we know the culture. So I've just been able to try to take advantage of it as far as like capturing and getting all of this, documenting all of what's happening and what Denver is now, you know, in like 2025. So are you guys gonna go to any Nuggets games this season, this playoff season?
Oh, absolutely.
We just
Definitely
went
try.
to
Oh, yeah.
one as a whole big old family.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, which one did you guys go to?
The
Timberwolves when Jokic dropped that, what was that, 61?
60? Oh,
I think we lost by 1 freaking point.
Oh man,
That was killer. But it was special and it was memorable because why? Because it was her baby little Mariano's first Nugget game.
Oh,
And he just recently had a baby too, so I have all kinds of grandkids popping out in the last few years. But it was little Xander's second Nugget game, so yeah, it was a cool experience for all his family to go and check out, and you know, support our Denver Nuggets, our local teams.
right. Yeah, no, I mean, like you mentioned before, people in Colorado were a lot nicer compared to a lot of other people in different states. And like the loyalty of Denver Foos, just people that just support like their sports teams, their barbers, like, Could you elaborate on the support, just the loyalty that people in Colorado have, like as far as like always
yeah.
coming in to you guys and seeing you guys?
Yeah, I have customers and they drive like super far just to come see me, and I feel like that's like very very nice. And I have little kids where they're like one of my first clients. I have a 1-year-old, and well, I cut his hair when he was 1 years old, and now he's already 6 years old. And just seeing him grow small, and now like I'm like every time I see him, like whoa, like he got so much taller, and just seeing all their little milestones. And I have other clients as well, just having them, just growing with them and seeing like where they become over the years. It's very rewarding, and I thank them because they support me, and I'm able to support like myself, and it's just very rewarding for them to stay loyal, and you build relationships with them. And
Yeah, no.
Yeah, absolutely.
The loyalty of people out here in Colorado is amazing. I mean, we have people too that, like, the loyalty that barber customers have to their barbers. Like, we have people that come here from all over. Like, one guy comes from Greeley to see one of these guys. Like, and like you said, there's people go far lengths to stay loyal to their barbers, and especially people here from Colorado. But I need to give a shout out to our sponsors. We need La Fiesta Mexican Restaurant sponsoring this
yum,
podcast.
yum.
They got delicious green
Love 'em.
chili. There's salsas available in stores. So make sure you guys hit up La Fiesta, 2340 Champa Street.
That's that spot right there. These kids know.
Have you been there before?
Oh, bro, I've been going
Have
there
we
for.
ever?
So, I've been going there before they did the remodel.
Oh,
But it
wow.
still looked like a 1970 restaurant. They had the old tube TVs on there and the different colored
Oh, no way.
tile floor. But no, they're cheese rellenos, their salsa, chili, everything's fire. So
Yeah,
that's a dope sponsor. I applaud. That's one of
Yeah,
my favorite
no.
Mexican restaurants out here in Denver for sure.
We definitely pride ourselves on, paying homage and respect to. They've been in business for over 60 plus years, and you as a business owner know the dedication it takes every single day to be able to run something for. You've been going how 10 years? You said.
For Scissorhand Design Studio, yes, 10 years.
Yeah, yes, like that is a feat in itself. But and then 60 years. Could you imagine that 6
Ooh,
times?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All the ups and downs and just struggles that, a lot of people don't see the bad things or, the down times or the struggle of owning a business. What advice could you give entrepreneurs, barbershop owners, people to like get through those tough times that, when they meet obstacles that sometimes it's tough,
Yeah, no, absolutely. It is, nothing's easy. Always a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to build to where you're at. The biggest thing is you got to be prepared, have a good mindset upon opening a business. Because again, I talk to a lot of students at my in my class in the barber program, and that's one thing I always ask them is, where do you guys see yourself 5 years from now? And typically, the most common answer from a lot of young barbers, like, I see myself owning a barber shop, or and it's good and all, but I tell them, the biggest is right here, right now, how you set yourself back to where you're saying about your dependability, your punctuality, your reliability. You got to show it in the beginning stages, as you're growing, because you need all those characteristics to be a successful barbershop owner. So being those characters I told you, as well as good work ethics, and then not only that, but branding and marketing yourself as an individual. Like, all three of these have done a very good job in branding, marketing themselves. Their IGs are blowing up. They're getting their clientele established. So you got to establish yourself. Once you establish yourself, you market and you brand yourself, then you slowly start, working on building your business and building. If you're at booth rent, pretty much you are at your own, you're owning your own business. I mean, your cash register should be your pockets. You do your own taxes, you do your own schedule. So in a sense, you're preparing yourself to already own a business. So you want to take it serious from the get-go. You want to make sure you put everything you got in 100% and just make sure that, you doing what you're doing, baby, and getting your name out there and becoming the best you can be. And that's not just in barbering, that's in everything.
Yes, exactly. speaking of getting your name out there, you guys have been able to get your name out there through like barber competitions and barber battles. What is the most nerve-wracking thing? Yeah, doing what you do anyways. What was that? Right.
Yes, and actually, off that, so this is what I was about to say, and this is why I believe our shop continues to, because at Scissorhands we have 18 chairs on one side, they're all filled.
Nice.
Right next door we have the Scissorhand Color Studio, which has 9, 10, 11. Ooh, we have 11 chairs on that side. So yeah, we got 30, close to 30 barbers available. So there should be no reason we should be turning anyone down. But my point to this is why I feel we continue to stay blessed. And, even on my shop windows, I have, built on a rock. But I totally believe in, because how we mentioned before, how we're the pillars of the community, you do want to give back. And we've done stuff such as, cuts for unfortunate, back to school kids who don't have families that may not have it, or Christmas cuts for kids that may not. We did them back to school. We've done a lot of different things, giving back to community. We were also on the news one time for straight A's.
Wow.
If a kid has straight A's, you come in, you get a free cut. So we try to build that character, and that's more or less, that's how I kind of feel like how the Bible says, you reap what you sow. Hey, you plant good seeds, then your harvest will be good. You plant bad seeds, and that's what I always tell my barbers, we got to give back to people. We got to give back to the community, and that's how I feel, not just getting out there, but that's how I feel we also stay blessed. And people are like, okay, yeah, they're doing something good in this community. Let's support them. Support your local business,
Yeah, no, that's amazing. You guys are an inspiration to us, to all that you've done and built over there at Scissorhand Studio. I mean, in our early stages of building this barbershop, my mom was probably hitting you up a lot. She was like, just like getting, but you were great enough to give tips, and you weren't like trying to gatekeep on. Like what is your mindset on that? Sometimes people could be competitive out here, but I mean, should it be like that? Like
it shouldn't. It really shouldn't. I've for so many years have wanted the barber community to not have hate in every shop, because there's enough heads for everybody to cut. So I always feel I've always wanted that peace. There's not really rivalry in barber shops. I'm sorry, getting tongue twisted over here, but unfortunately there is, because how do I want to say this? As much as we've glorified our city in Denver and all that it has done and how awesome we are, there is that unfortunate slight bit of hate where sometimes, whether it's in barbering or in rapping or in DJing, promoting, or pretty much everything, there's always that where I feel we should always just come together, and that's how our state would grow bigger and more in love if we all just were to unite. And there's been, like, I don't know, you guys might, I remember you guys actually out there at that give back that Nick the barber put together.
Yeah, shout out to Nick the barber.
Yeah, shout out to Nick. And it's stuff like that where people put together that brings the community. The barber battles are cool because that's where the competition comes. That's like, hey, who's the king here? Who's coming for the hardware? But outside of competition, there's enough heads for everybody. And I don't think there should be beef between barbershops. My personal opinion, but
If I can jump in on that, we go to a lot of schools to go and demonstrate what we do. We encourage people to come inside our barbershop and come and take tips. We're never gatekeepers. Shoot, if I can sit here and yap all day on how to do some braids or how to do a butterfly cut, I'm like, come in, come look. And, I feel like even as our barbershop, we're very open, and we're like, heck yeah, come and look. Like, I just learned this new technique. Like, this is what helped me a bunch. And, as everybody may think that barbershops are very cutthroat, I feel as a community, barber community, we're not too much, like, we're coming here and hanging out with you guys. And,
Exactly.
even Dane, for a little bit there, he was trying to throw together this thing called For the Love. And, just a bunch of barbers just showing love to each other. And, I feel like my dad always goes back to the Bible, iron sharpens iron. You know, we can only get sharper.
Yeah, that's definitely the truth. I always believe in community and not competition, because through community and everybody coming together, that you could do so much more. And that's what we try to do on our platforms, is trying to showcase more people and reaching out. Putting your pride and ego aside and reaching out. Like, you got to just do that. There's no really competition. You're only in competition with yourself at the end of the day. Like the person in the mirror. Like, you should just trying to be a better person every single day. To talk about you guys got some competitions coming up. You sent me a flyer.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that?
Yeah, absolutely. Did you grab me one? So, if you're actually listening in as a young barber, new to this industry or anything at all, I always encourage everyone to go to these barber competitions and expos, and the reason why is because it's a big networking experience. Now, being a platform artist, being a barber, competing, it's not for everybody. I've learned that. I know that. I don't even push all my barbers to do it because I know it's, but still to attend to them, because there's just so much networking, vendors, so much cool stuff. And what's even nice is, especially if it's local. Back then, there wasn't usually any local ones. I would have to travel to Vegas, El Paso, different parts of the country to compete. And now here locally, there's been so many put on, and I want to kind of elaborate on this one. It's called the Cultura Barber Wars. Touch the Barber, he owns his own barber shop. He's actually the one putting together. I'm hosting it with him. But it's going to be huge. We're going to have a couple performers, spoken words. There's this other Spanish speaking singer coming. I'm sorry, I don't know off the bat. But if you follow,
it's all good.
But yeah, if you follow Cultura Barber Wars on Instagram, it has all the updates, the categories, how to click in, fill in. And what's kind of dope about this, I'm glad you actually brought this up, because obviously all my kids here have, what's the word I want to say? They've experienced the platform experience, and they've done great. And again, not all the time have we won. The same with me. I mean, everyone probably sees all my hardware and all my trophies, but I'll be very honest when I say that, I have just as much losses as I do victories, and I've taught my kids and passed down that, if you're going there to have fun, to showcase your talent and work, then it's all worth it, whether you win or lose. But if you're going there with that anticipation, like, I gotta win, and then if you don't win or you don't place, then you got that letdown, and you're like, and you kind of get bummed out, and you kind of get discouraged.
Right.
So I'm glad, because I've also seen them lose at a competition. I look at them and I'm like, but we all know they did the best. And I mean, everyone comes to them, like Bug. I could tell a little about her. She did her very first year coming out of barbering. She was still a student in Emily Griffith, right? And she did the student competition. Now, with that being said, she was the only female barber of probably 15 plus, right? There was a lot of people. And what's even more crazy is there's a lot of barbers in there that weren't really students, technically. I mean, yes, they're going back for their license, but they've been in shops for years. So, but you know what? She stood out like a couple veteran barbers came to me and goes, that Bug your barber? Oh my gosh, she's killing it. And see, it's, again, getting your name out there. So where I'm going with this is, so Cultura Barber Wars, there's the main event. It actually it's for tag team. And not only they have trophy cash prize, but they also have free clipper set.
Oh, wow.
I know. And when I was talking to Bug, see, I'm hosting it. Usually she's my partner. Mm-hmm. And I don't really come out of retirement to compete anymore unless it's to tag team with her, because I think that's awesome. It's a fun experience. We've lost more than we've won, but every time we've done it, people are like, oh, our haircuts get so much attention, Cameron. People are like, why didn't this place? Why didn't this win? And
right.
I understand the times change and so forth, but I'm going to elaborate on that. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is, so the tag team bar.
To
make a long story longer, I went ahead and I made an executive decision, and I purchased the tag team tickets for both Bug and my son Xavier.
Oh.
So they will be competing in the Cultura Barber Wars in the main event. So
are y'all ready?
Y'all better.
This is our first time of us hearing this.
I know. I thought, what better place to sprout the news than today?
Man. So
We alive,
so
baby.
We live, baby.
we
So-
live. So can you break it down exactly for some of the people tuned in and watching that have never experienced a barber battle or a barber competition? What is a tag team?
So you get a timed category where you get to choose any partner and you get to choose your model, and together within like usually about an hour you put out the best work that you could do with both of your sets of hands, and then at the end goes off and gets judged, and then there's a winner. But
How much time do you get?
It varies.
usually an hour,
Typically an
sometimes
hour.
Oh, okay,
55
okay.
minutes. It just
Do it in
depends.
10 minutes. No, I'm kidding.
Well, it's different for every category.
Every
Okay,
category is
okay.
different,
You know.
but like for a main event and its tag team, typically would be an hour, no holds barred. I mean, they could use enhancements, color. They could do. I mean,
What do you guys feel? This might go off subject, but what do you guys feel about enhancements? I see all these reels where they're like, barbers that
that's
use
a-
enhancements.
that's another
for my dad.
story. I know. So I'm old school. I've talked to this about a lot of barbers that, we talk about these competition and how, and I get it. So barber competitions are shows. I totally get that. It's a show. You're presenting. You're doing, but sometimes I feel like the enhancement could take. You got to know how to use it and know when to use it. Some of these enhancements sometimes I think are just so caked on, and I not against color or enhancements and stuff, but then sometimes when you look at them and it washes off, how accurate is that lineup really, or how
It's
good
enhancement, not
is that?
cover up.
Right, right,
So
right.
yeah, so if it's used typically, if it's caked on, I even said that's why I'm glad I'm not judging, and I don't like judging because I probably would walk around with a bottle of alcohol and spray them and see their haircut drip off and then judge them. But no, this is the time. This is what the young ones do, and I mean they're getting trophies in it, they're winning, and it looks nice. It does. So I'm not against it. It just maybe I'm a little against it because I don't do it. But
right.
But no, it's.
What about you, young guys?
Oh, he
Oh,
loves that. He loves that shit.
No, it's cool. I mean, as long as before the enhancement, the haircut has to look great, right? Obviously, but the enhancement speaks for itself. It just enhances the cut just a little bit, makes it that much better. I mean,
Right.
They're it's like.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say.
Yeah.
It's like a man's makeup.
In a
No,
sense.
I mean, there's people like, no offense, women that will put too much makeup on, and it's like you put too much on, and it's like, so it's just a part of it. I mean, in the beauty industry, there's a lot of things that like, for example, we could go on about everything. We could talk about extensions, it's fake hair, like it's like. This is the beauty industry. It's all about, I mean, it is what it is. Like you said, it's an enhancement. It's to enhance the haircut. And I mean, it's just all opinion based.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, what you guys do is art. And art is always opinionated. And this might be controversial with you guys talking about competition. But sometimes I don't like a lot of different competitions and battles, but like you said, iron sharpens iron, because I think everyone has their own respect. If you have a skill level, which you guys are all going against a skill level, and you guys are all, I mean, you guys do all such a good job. It's hard to choose like who's the real winner in it all, because at the end of the day, I think everybody's the winner because everyone brings their art and their talent, and it's all on display. So
right.
And that's kind of what you got to keep in mind when you go. Like he said, you got to go having fun, not expecting to get hardware. And, of course, it's different. How do you say it? Like requirements for each category. Like, for me, I can't put enhancements on no braids. Like for me, it's like the most intricate, the most crispiest, the most like beautiful is to the eye. And I feel everybody who goes up is a winner, because it's scary to go up there. Your tummy turns right before you go, and you're like, shoot, I gotta go up, I have no time. So it's like, it's hard.
Yeah, you
but
definitely
it's rewarding too.
definitely get butterflies. It's like no different from your high school football game. Right before a game, you get those butterflies. Same thing at barber competitions. I kind of feel like, and I've done everything through all the years of I said, oh, let me have a couple drinks to kill my nerves,
Oh, shit.
or let me smoke, let me smoke a little something, so I could, be a little more ease on the stage. But it's you kind of go in and, like I said, you act like you're in the shop. You go and you just got to remember you're showcasing, you're showing your talent. Whether you win or lose, you're having fun. That's the biggest thing.
That's what it's all about.
You keep that in mind, then hey, you'll enjoy these competitions.
Yeah, it's like you're in competition with yourself. And
Yeah.
you're just going up there showing like what you could do at the end of the day. And it's every time I go up there, it's for me. It's and just go up there and have fun.
Right.
Have fun, be a good sport. Biggest thing, good sport. When you lose, I've seen so many people in past experiences.
Oh my God, get all pissed.
Get pissed off, get pissed off the judges saying it's rigged. And then, of course, there's always favoritism. There's always politics. That's in everything. But the biggest thing, I'll keep mine. I'll share a quick story. And I was in Nebraska for a barber battle. We did this portrait.
Mm-hmm.
I did this Prince portrait. I thought I was
Piece of Prince.
Yeah, I thought I was doing great. I was like, oh, this is coming out good. But then I looked down and there's this guy named Miguel Rosas from Chicago. I follow him, 100K followers and everything. I look up to him, but I didn't know I was
like
competing.
another Rob Original.
Yeah, pretty much.
Rob Original's
He's in that category. So I looked, and I'm looking at my Prince, which is kind of like a 2D, not really 3D.
Mm-hmm.
I look over at him, and he had Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, and
shit.
Snoop Dogg, the whole little MWA portrait. I looked, I'm like, oh my God, you got to be kidding. And then I saw Joe the barber literally in front of me. He did, what's the Apple guy? Jobs? Or
Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs. He had Steve Jobs
In an
in an Apple
Oh
portrait.
shit.
And I looked at mine again. I said, this looks like a kindergarten. This looked like a kindergarten when I was so discouraged. So I ended up not placing, but the dopest thing was some of those guys that won. I tell you, Miguel Rosas, they came up to me and they're like, hey, good job, Scissorhands. And that was one time I wasn't wearing a promotional Scissorhand shirt. He just knew of me. And that kind of, because you reflect too on your good sport, on your sportsmanship, whether you win or lose. And I've seen him in so many competitions and they saw him like, hey, this guy came out, showed out, but he didn't place, like, hey, look at he a good dude, good character. So that's another thing to just keep in mind, when you just have fun with stuff.
Yeah, that's should be rewarding, getting recognition from your peers in the barber community or in any industry, that's dope. Where's the furthest you've went for a barber show or competition?
I mean, I don't know the grids too much, but either maybe Texas, maybe Chicago. I don't know which one's farther. Been to Vegas, been to Nebraska, been to New Mexico. I mean, kind of the surrounding states. Never been out east, so I could probably say that. But
I'm about to go travel all the way over to Connecticut.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, there's this tag team. So like I said, I don't do any fades, but I have the fade to my braids. He's my honey. He also works in the barbershop.
Sweet.
But there's this crazy category that's gonna go on. It's a tag team braid and fade.
Oh, nice.
You got 65 minutes to do a braid and fade at the same exact time.
Oh, wow. So
Yeah.
how do you go about choosing a model? Like,
Oh my
do you
gosh.
guys always choose the same model, or like what's the technique, or do you not want to give the juice of
well,
like
no,
your
no,
technique?
not the juice. They'll tell you because Bug, she preps. She's like, the last time we did a Bugs Bunny one, she's like, Dad, I don't like that model. We won't ever do that model again. I'm like, I know. But
Yeah, people are watching.
Chill.
They're locals.
But no, it's fine. That's little Anthony. He's cool. But what I was telling him, when I used to compete, I never had the opportunity to get a model and be like, I like his hair. Let's use him. Let me do a try run 2 weeks before and try it out. I didn't get a test. When I was going to all these different states, we'd go in hotels lobbies where the battle was at, and we'd have to go and crew. Hey, you need a haircut? Do you mind? I remember I won first on this Elvis portrait off this little kid who didn't even know who Elvis was, but I had to go talk to his parents in his room and say, hey, is it okay? So back then I never got to prep or even look like, hey man, you got good hair. It's nice and coarse or thin. Like I had to work with what I had. But now, especially being local, that's the advantage a lot of these competitors have is they already have their models, whether it's grown out so they could color and fringe and text and mullet or taper, and they already, they're used to that hair, and it's a lot easier now to find a model. I don't know. What do you think, Bug?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I look for like the texture, the color. I want them to like not have scars and stuff. I just like to look at the canvas before we do the portrait, but picking a good model is I think is key, because
Right.
I could do one haircut on somebody and then do the same exact haircut on another person and it could look completely different.
Oh man, it happens all the time. Like when we first opened up, I'll tell you, there was 2 barbers and 2 different guys with 2 different hair textures. And one guy was doing a fade and he's like, I want my hair like that. And it's like, dude, your hair isn't like that.
Yeah.
What? He was in the middle of a haircut game. He's like, fuck this. He said, I want my hair like his. I want him to cut my hair. And it's like,
yeah,
bro, first off, your hair is already so short. And the other guy's hair was like as long as mine. So he was doing and he had thicker hair and the other guy had thin hair. It just was not.
Yeah, I have clients who come in and they're like, "Can I get this?" I'm like, I could do that, but it's not gonna look like that. Like,
let me get some enhancements for my brother real quick.
That's when the enhancements come in play, because even me, I've had a whole bunch of kids come in, want their team mascot from their little league football team, and one comes out a nice panther, you know, a nice little dark Hispanic kid with thick coarse hair, but then his little buddy, the quarterback, is light complected Caucasian with very thin blonde hair. So when you do that, it's like, and you're like, he wants the same one, and you do it, and you're like, oh my god, what is that? Like, it's
I'm sorry,
definitely
Hito,
different.
your mom shouldn't have laid your head down. So how do you go about choosing like what you're gonna do? Like, I mean, so picking a model and the canvas for your art for
You
a competition.
You gotta prepare for it. You know,
Right.
Like, you gotta
Do you
come,
practice? I
there's
mean,
something.
how do you prepare for a competition, and then how do you choose? Oh, I'm gonna go do a print, or I'm like,
well, see, someone will put out that they're gonna do a barber battle,
category.
and then you get to decide your category. And like me and my dad will do the tag team, and he's like, you know what, I really want to do Elvis this time. And then I'm like, all right, let's find a good Elvis model, and I'll start like doing his hair, practicing like blow drying it, trying to get it like a pompadour. And he won't do it on that person, but he'll like have a little kid and try practicing it before. Sometimes this guy just goes in there right away with no practice.
She even tell me, she's like, Dad, have you done this on hair yet? I go, no. But sometimes I feel if I don't do it, because I do it on a hair sometimes, and then when I go do it the second time, it didn't come out as good as the first time. So sometimes I'm like, no, let me just go at it and freestyle this shit, see what happens. You know what I'm saying?
that's so cool. What was your favorite one that you've done? All of you. What was your favorite braids, or like what is kind of like your signature that would you say like that you'd always recommend? Because I'm sure you always get customers and people like you get the indecisive
like,
ones
I don't
or
know what I want.
yeah. So what is your go-to as far as if someone's like, do whatever you want, just do your thing? What are you gonna do?
So if I'm being quite honest, to make a straight line on a round head is the hardest thing ever. I will be the first to say sometimes their part goes way out east, and I'm like, that's a part of the design. But honestly, you know, if they're going in for 2 braids and I'm like, okay, you know, do you want a straight line? Do you want a wavy line, a zigzag line? They're like, shoot, go ahead and do whatever. I love to do wavy parts. I don't know what it is. Like, I can just make the wave look really cool. Sometimes I can go and like throw in a little curved braid that like goes, you know. That's always my go-to because it's just so simple. And I don't mean to go back into the last conversation, but I give him mad props for just grabbing around a model. A little side story since we're just over here chatting.
Yeah.
I was at a barber battle and I was giving this guy free braids like for months prior because I'm like, hey, you know, barber battle's coming. I need to practice. I need to know your hair. I need to like see what I'm doing. And so I was practicing for months. And then last minute, this knucklehead, he like couldn't find the place or something. And like, we're about to go up and I'm out here talking on the phone like, dude, turn right. Like, dude, over here. And like, my dad's like, dude, they're in there. They're already 10 minutes in. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And you know, our motto is quality over quantity. So, you know, sometimes I take it to heart. Sometimes I'm over here just la 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 over here braiding.
Mhm.
So I needed that full hour, whatever. And so I just go and grab a random guy out of the crowd. I start braiding his hair, and I went in with my little wavy parts with the little in there. Obviously didn't win, but
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you know, that's my favorite one.
And she got a lot of love from everyone, like, because they knew
did,
they're like,
yeah.
pulled somebody she wasn't used to, started way late than everybody. So I mean, they're like,
And he had this crazy big old fro, and I was like,
yeah.
why would I? You know,
So
but
if you want to go get a free haircut, just go to a barber battle early and just be
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"I'll be a model."
Yeah,
That's true.
come
That is
scrub.
true, though.
And you'll get
Yeah.
like a super talented, just free game, y'all. No.
Hopefully.
sometimes.
Hopefully.
What? Still, I'll send you an invoice after this competition.
My Venmo is.
Yeah. What about you? What's kind of your go-to if someone's like, I want the tightest design, like, you know, because I mean, you guys are known for this, and I'm sure you guys get a lot of people that are like, just do your thing, like.
Honestly, I don't do crazy designs like this guy.
Okay.
Mine are more simple. I draw them out with the
Okay,
little pencil and
okay.
I carve it in and I pray it looks good. But no, I like to play with texture and the fading part. And my favorite is just being able to go up on the stage with my dad and being able to do the fade and the style to whatever cool design he chooses. That's my favorite.
Nice.
What about you, TJ? You just grab a random kid and just start putting prints on his back of his head.
I have a lot of masterpieces that I'm proud of. To narrow it down, I think, well, let's just put it this way. When I go down each line, like, I have memorable ones, like even the back of my Hummer, I did a little collage on the back window where I put each one of their artworks that I like on there, so it kind of represents all my kids' haircuts on that particular window. But I mean, I'll go into depths, like, because I know they're not tuning their horn too much, but, you know, Duty is obviously award-winning. She had some crazy ones. She did that Versace. If you guys want to look at some of her braids, she's at Baby Scissorhands on Instagram. Make sure to follow her. But she also did at this other barber battle, get this, she did the theme of, what's that? Don't
be a
drink
menace.
menace, so drinking juice in the hood.
Oh yeah,
Where
yeah,
she braided in a little pacifier. The dude
Oh,
had
no
flippers
way.
and, like, oh, it's wild, it's crazy. And she placed on that. My son, I mean, his cuts are just wild. Even all my clients say Xavier just is killing it. If you his Instagram is at XJ Mora, right?
Yeah.
And if you could look and see his tapers to design, I mean, one of the cleanest in the shop.
Oh man,
Hands
I'm looking
down.
at your braids right now. These are
Dope, crazy,
fire.
Ron. And now Bug, her also. If you look at some of hers,
What's her Instagram?
Hers is Bug the Bar, all one word. Bug the Barber. Is it underscore before? Or? Underscore. I'm sorry. Underscore Bug the Barber, Instagram. But if you look at hers, and this is what I think separates her from a lot of barbers, because everyone says, well, what is a master barber in your opinion?
Yeah.
Who is the best barber, right? And here's how I look at it. A master barber is someone who just mastered the fade or designs or even lineups. You know, we went to school, we learned all the color processes from perms to color highlights. I mean, face shades and all. And this woman does it all. Not only is she award winning, but she does color, she does perm. She could go in and wrap a perm, do a face shave. She does it all. Some of hers I've used is her burst fade. If you went on her Instagram, you kind of see there's a burst fade. You scroll down quite a ways. It's one of my favorites because I'm like, oh my God, that almost looks Photoshop. And that's not even enhanced. So
I don't know how to use enhancements like this guy, but
This one?
yes, I don't know if you could show. That's crazy, right? Look at that. That's a butter blend right there. And you look at all their, make sure you follow all their Instagrams because their cuts are wild. As for me, some of the ones that I've saw that hit big. Of course, my Tupac portrait. I like portraits; they're more challenging. My very first news back in my previous barbershop, I was on Fox 31. I did a John Elway and a Peyton Manning kind of caricature. How would you say character? Well, the funny face ones. I did a John Elway and Peyton Manning that made Fox 31 news, and then from there, I think a lot of my Bronco designs. On Channel 7, I did a Von Miller. Again, we did that Joker on. So I think those designs have been more memorable because of the fact of what it's done for us. And even in front of the stadium, I think on 7 or 4 News, we did the AFC Championship. I did a Bronco and a Patriot. So all these things have tied together and have got us where we were. And not that they were the best designs, but they're enough to hit the waves and put us where we're at on the map. So
I kind of want to toot their horns too, because I'm like, we get it from this guy. Like, he is just so talented in any kind of way. This guy can make a little face out of food, and he's a character as well as very talented. And thankfully we were all able to get the same thing. This guy, he is just as talented as my dad. He can bust something out too. I see the little spider webs he busts out. And
what's his Instagram?
XJ. Don't more.
XJ. Oh, there
yeah,
we go.
I feel if he.
Come, I'm not following you guys.
I
Bro,
know.
what's wrong with me,
bro?
Likewise.
This is the Denver Foos account.
Yeah, I definitely feel like he
man.
can follow my dad's footprints with his artistic ability, and just as everybody says, Bug, her haircuts look good 2 weeks after they get a haircut. Like
that's how you know a good haircut. Is 2 weeks
it's
after
not
growth.
over here all crazy on the side. Like it still looks nice, and it's wonderful seeing these two, especially because when I think of X and Bug, I think of them as still little babies. We all grew up very close together. My dad, he used to have us hugging in the corner, and so now seeing them all grown up and like doing their thing, so talented, and I'm like, oh, I'm a proud mama.
This is amazing. This is so cool. That you guys, what you guys built and what you guys are continuing to build.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's amazing. One last time, each one of you guys plug your Instagrams and where people can find you guys. Look, we're in my barbershop, and it's like I'm still plugging you guys.
That's
'cause
awesome.
just
That's community love right there.
Yeah.
That's community love, baby.
I go by Baby Scissorhands with the underscore. That's the best way to get a hold of me. That's the best place that I promote. Of course, I have a TikTok, but now my baby's kind of overflooding that. But yeah, Baby Scissorhands on Instagram.
Mine's xj.mora, just on Instagram. That's all I have. My booking's in the bio. Self-explanatory.
I'm underscore Bug the Barber on Instagram, and then I have a Facebook. It's my government name. It's Veronique Mora, but you can find me on both of those.
Nice. Amen. Make sure you follow. And if you're not following TJ Scissorhand, TEJAY Scissorhands, our shop, Scissorhand Design Studio, all one word, or Scissorhand Color Studio. We have the booking apps on them. But, hey, if you're down south, make sure you come see these Denver Foos, because just during this podcast, I was watching all these barbers doing their thing, and, man, they do their thing. So it's all about that barber community, barber love. Again, TJ Scissorhand, Scissorhand Design Studio. And if you're in need of a DJ, follow Vibe Setters. I tend to DJ too, so you know what I'm saying. We
DJ.
You're over there at
DJ.
What, Bar 38 or something? I've seen something like that.
We've been trying to promote. I'll be very honest with you. I'm more.
Shout out to the DJ school, because you went to the Denver DJ school.
DJ
right?
Jones, that's my primo too. Hey, he's running that Denver DJ school. Awesome. But I'm more of an event DJ. I kind of promised the wife I wasn't really going to be a bar DJ, a bar or
You're
club
a barber DJ,
but I'm more. I do more.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
No, you do it at the barbershop too.
Yeah. We set up every
I
Saturday.
be lurking on you. No, I'm just kidding. You know what I mean? It just pops up, and no, I mean
we do. We have Vibe Setters. We have Denver's. Yeah, we have everyone knows the Denver legend LOC. He was an MC and goes back with Cut and Crew, but he's part of our Vibe Setter. We have DJ Rebs, and we all just spin there. But yeah, we basically are event DJs. We do more weddings and quinceañeras, birthdays, graduations, stuff like that. So if you need a DJ like that, that's what we be doing.
That's so awesome. That's so awesome. Just the hustle, the grind, the family, the unity. I mean, I just can't be more proud of you guys more than enough. You guys are amazing. You guys are inspiration to us. It's so great. I thank you guys so much for coming on. thank you for supporting us and
Yeah,
everybody.
thank you
Go
for
support
having
these
us
guys
here.
if you're up in North Glen. If you're up in North Glen or North Glen or
Yeah.
wherever. But
Thank you,
guys.
cousin.
Yeah, thank you guys. That's gonna do it for the Denver Foos podcast. Speaking of DJing, I gotta go to this DJ battle.
Oh, me too. I'm supposed to go.
Oh, we're going. Let's
Spoken
go.
words.
Well,
Shit,
while you're driving,
I might
man.
have to have the kids take my Hummer. I'm gonna have to throw
We're
shit.
gonna have to toss you
But,
in the trunk.
We're gonna
I
do
know.
it. Follow them, guys. Thank you. Tune in tomorrow. We got another big show. We got this influencer people.
Shout out
It's
Denver.
a surprise. Watch. You're gonna see. Let's go.